Good morning, everyone. Happy Supercharged Manifesting Monday. Welcome to the start of another week. I am so excited for the conversation that we're going to have. And you probably noticed we're a little bit behind schedule this morning because, we've just been having technology fun. So I'm going to jump over here to comments because I absolutely love when you guys all say hello to each other. Good morning from all over the world. It's like my little fun thing. I get to see, look who's commenting. So as you're joining, here in Florida, we've had, and I think for a lot of the southern part of the country, we've been having some incredible weather. And I kind of came into my office this morning and everything, we had a lightning storm yesterday. We lost power. And, it's hilarious because I came in my office all set. Every Monday morning, I do the exact same thing. So I know exactly what to do, no pressure. And my computer was off. And so help me God, if I could figure out how to turn my computer back on, because it's never off. And it's like, I unplugged it, I plugged it back in. And then finally I got that to work. And Jackie and I have been having like technology issues. I'm like, this conversation, all I have to say is whatever's about to be shared this morning is going to be so powerful and so good that, the powers that be on the opposing side of things are trying a little thing or two, but not today, right? Because not in our world. That's not how we roll. So, all right, I'm going to say good morning. Hey, Lori, nice to see you. Cindy, Donna, Donna, I never got to call you back yesterday, but I will. Hey, Rita, morning, Rita, morning. That's a Jamaican way of saying good morning. So, oh my gosh, I love it. All right, so this morning I have Dr. Jackie Kilraine with me. And, I find inspiration for these conversations from everywhere. And as you know, if you watched last week, we did the what if game. How many of you loved the what if game last week? Like really playing. Jackie, what did you think?
I loved it. I love that. I love it. I loved it. I love imagination. So yeah.
Right. We all had so much fun just dreaming of what if. And so at the end of last week, I said, this week we're going to talk about, I can't even remember what I said we were going to talk about, but I knew I had the topic already decided. And then I was watching our Facebook group. So by the way, if you're here and you're not part of our money attraction community Facebook group, let me see if I have a little banner for that. You want to go to Facebook and search Money Attraction Community. We have an entire group and just request to join, right? Because we're having these conversations all week long in that group and people are sharing how they're manifesting. And it's just an amazing high energy, high vibe place to be. So obviously I lead the group. And so I'm always checking what people are doing and celebrating everyone's success. But Elizabeth Welsh posted a little picture that said, you should write out your intentions and put it under your pillow right before you go to bed. And it was like a little meme that had like some cute little things. And then here comes Dr. Jackie in the comments saying, yes, like validating that this is not just hocus pocus and a like cute thing to do, make a wish up on a star, put your dream thing under your pillow. Like there's science behind why we should be doing our intentions before we go to sleep. And the practice of putting it under your pillow and doing all that is, part and parcel of the conversation. But the scientific part is all about the power of our sleep and what that does neurologically that allows us to manifest. So I know many of these conversations that we have around manifesting, sometimes they can take a very spiritual and probably even religious slant. Sometimes it seems like pie in the sky conversations. Sometimes it's like, all right, it's just a feel good thing. But this morning, I'm really excited. And thank you, Jackie, for saying yes, because literally I just pounced on her in her DM. I was like, you want to do this? Actually, I think I asked you in public, so you couldn't say no. I think I asked you in the comments. So I'm so grateful you said yes, because I think this is a real important conversation. Manifesting can tend to have a very, woo-woo slant to it. And the thing that I personally love about manifesting, one, I'll tell you straight up, I grew up in Jamaica, which is known. Jamaica has a Guinness Book of World Records for the most churches per square mile of any country in the world. So when I tell you we are religious, we are religious. And to add to this, I grew up in a Pentecostal church. So Christianity and the Bible and being religious and all that is like in my DNA. But nothing has brought me closer in my relationship with God and my understanding of God and me as the manifestation of God's power, like this body of work, the science of getting rich and manifesting, the universal laws of manifesting, because this is why we were created. We were created to manifest abundance. That's your purpose. You searching for your purpose? That's it right there. You were created to manifest abundance. Actually, type that. I was created to manifest abundance. That's why you're here in whatever shape it takes. So for me, manifesting has really, deepened my beliefs spiritually, but I also love the science of it because I'm an academic by nature. Like I have a very strong logical part of me and it has to make sense. It has to be proven. I need to be able to prove it, to first of all, believe it for myself and then stand and tell anybody else to do it. I am definitely not going to come out here and tell you how to do something I can't believe in or I haven't proven, So I love when a conversation takes a scientific slant. And with that, I'm going to close my mouth because this here is the science expert of manifesting. So Jackie, I know you're going to probably go wherever you would like to go.
Okay.
But two things I would love for you to share with us is like explain, why you do this work. So you're a doctor, you know all this, and yet you're in our community, right?
Right.
I would love for people to hear why someone like you would even still thrive in a community. Number two, what is the deal with sleeping and manifesting? And three, so many times we tell people, write out your intentions because writing creates a new neural pathway. And I don't think people really get that. They kind of do what we say. But if you could share the science behind it, I would be so grateful. And with that, take it away.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, and that's why I love this community so much too, because I know, I am a doctor, right? So things have to make sense. Things have to be validated for me to get up there and tell my patients to do it. How I started the practice of gratitude, though, was because I take care of a lot of chronically ill patients, a lot of chronic pain patients, and just doing the physical aspect of it was not getting it. I'm a chiropractor by trade for 33 years, so I've been working on people's bodies for a lifetime, but it wasn't getting into the central nervous system, the whole brain body aspect of it. And I had to give these patients hope. And when I asked them, just imagine how you would want to feel. Imagine how you would want to feel if you were however you want to feel. So they may be chronic pain, they may have autoimmune issues. A lot of chronic pain patients develop autoimmune issues as well. But we had to start, because I knew the little basic part I knew about gratitude back then, or imagination back then, was your brain doesn't know the difference between what you vividly imagine and what is actually physically in your reality. So I said, just imagine how you'd really like to feel. Give your brain somewhere else to go because you're stuck in this current reality. And that's where we're going to lay the groundwork there. And then I started looking into gratitude more, studying gratitude more. And not only does gratitude, activate the left side of your brain, which actually is a more positive side. The right side can be more negative, depressed. The left side of your brain, the left prefrontal cortex, makes you feel more grateful, more happy. And also it increases your immune system. It decreases your risk of heart disease. It decreases your risk of cancer. You actually live longer. Your telomere lengths, the little end caps on your DNA, lengthen when you're in a more grateful state.
Pause. What? Okay, I thought we were going to talk about sleep, but you can't just skim over that.
No, you can't.
What? Okay, Jackie, pause.
study, right? There's study after study that shows that. Because I have a friend that worked for me for 28 years. She's a dear friend of mine, and her sister-in-law said, yeah, because she's like, you really should, come talk to Jackie or something. She said, yeah, Jackie does all that woo-woo. And I was like, wait a minute. I got woo-woo back by science here, but that's what they think. You think about gratitude, imagination. I tell people, how do you really want to feel? Just imagine it. The part about, so I was still trying to, I love easy and relaxed. I love that. So I was still trying to make it, will my way into it by every morning getting up and writing or thinking how I wanted to feel.
Jackie, pause.
What? Okay.
Pause. Okay, guys, I see some of you, because clearly, this is going to be like a mic drop conversation. Like, we're going to record this and share it for years to come. Somebody needs to hear this. Tag a friend, share, do a watch party, do whatever you need to do. Because I saw somebody tagging someone and I'm like, what a brilliant idea. If I could pause right now, I would tag every person I know, because we need to hear these conversations. Like, there's science behind being grateful. Did you hear what she said? Puts you in a more positive state, helps with cancer, heart disease. My God, and the list went on just from being grateful and feeling good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's, I mean, there's so much more than, it actually is all about longevity, really, and the life that you want to live. And when you're more grateful, studies show that you see things in a more positive light. Even when negative things happen to you, you're able to see the good in it just by that practice of gratitude. So wow. I can wake up every morning and I just feel full. We've done this so much that you just feel good when you get out of bed. I don't get out of bed until I really focus on gratitude. Now, the thing about sleep is, well, there was a study about gamma brainwaves. So there's different brainwaves: delta, theta, alpha, beta, and gamma. So I'd read this study about gamma brainwaves helping to destroy beta amyloid plaques, which are associated with Alzheimer's. There's a human study going on in Georgia Tech, MIT, and Emory right now. And so gamma, so I'm like, okay, I know that's a chronic disease. I went and bought the glasses. I'm laying out floating in my pool, and I'm flickering light at 40 hertz, which is gamma, sound at 40 hertz, which is gamma, increasing my gamma, just laying there. I take them off and the leaves on the trees look so much more brilliant. Everything looked kind of 3D. And I said, what is that? So I went in and I'm like, okay, how does gamma affect your senses? It increases all your senses. So it increases your sense of smell, your sense of taste, your sense of touch, everything. And theta brain waves convert your short-term memory into long-term memory. And theta is more active at night. And theta brain waves are the magic carpet that gamma rides through your brain on. So if you think about it, instead of me trying to do my imagination thing during the day and willing in, I'm like, oh my gosh, God has given me this magic carpet that I can just, create it all. So I just lay in bed and I have my patients do this too. I said, don't just write it, which writing does create neural pathways. That's the sense of touch, you're increasing gamma. Gratitude increases your gamma brain waves to begin with. And then if you do this at night, I'm going to use my theta, which just takes my short-term memory, what I'm vividly imagining with all my senses, triggering my gamma, to take it all throughout my brain while I sleep. So I can just manifest my life and my health and my whatever I want while I sleep. So that's it. And that's why I love.
No, that's not it. Like, that's not just it, Jackie. That was like some deep PhD. Like, everyone's like, wow. In the comments.
You didn't know you were doing all that, did you?
Oh my gosh, wait a second. But I just want to share this from Tanya, and I had put it up on the screen. And my nurse thought that I was crazy when the morning after my surgery, the first thing I asked for was my gratitude journal. No, Tanya, that's how we roll.
Right.
And I really hope your nurse learned something
Yeah.
from you when you did that. But this is amazing. So I actually just learned something from you in that share.
Okay.
And I'm going to share with everyone else, right? Because I'm one of these people. I heard you, and I hear all the science and the gamma and the theta and the da 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 and all that. And there is a part of me, I tell people all the time, you don't need to understand it. It doesn't need to make scientific sense to you. You are hardwired to acknowledge the truth when you hear it. Right? That's really it. So, people talk about all these different things, right? Different states of mind, and the new moon is a good time to set intentions. And when this star is aligned in this place in the sky, like our ancestor did all this, I don't need to understand it all. I just need to hear it and go, that makes sense. And it feels like the truth. And so what you just shared, I'm not about to try to understand the science. I trust that what you said, it just bam hit me, and it was like that. I mean, and I've practiced and lived like this. Right. So what you did was you validated what I do with science. So that's me. But somebody hearing for the first time, just like check in. Did that make sense? What she just said, right? Because she has the scientific proof. This is not made up. There's science to back all of this. And like Jackie said, so many studies being done where they measure your brain waves, all the things that they measure to conclude when you feel good, when you're feeling good, like all these amazing things, you have all these incredible benefits physically. So that's the physical benefits. But listening to you, I know I write out my intentions, and I know you're going to share a little bit more about that. So I'm always writing out, this is what I desire in my life, and I write it as if it's happened. In order for me to write it as if it's happened, I have to activate my imagination. I have to be able to see myself in that outcome at some future date. And then I'm writing from the future date as if I'm writing back to a friend and saying, you're not going to believe what has happened. Oh my God, this is my life right now, right? So my imagination is going crazy. Then before I go to sleep, every night I close my eyes, and I do this in the morning too. But at night, I will close my eyes right before I fall off to sleep. And, I've been doing this for years, so I can take the shortcuts now. But the bottom line is, when is the time to do it? I close my eyes, I have my music in. And especially when I'm working on a big manifestation, I just close my eyes. I see it for the length of the music that I'm listening to, and I fall off to sleep. Sometimes I don't fall off to sleep right away, but because I'm in that relaxed state of going to sleep, I get all the benefits. But here's what I heard from Jackie right now, that let's just all learn and add to what we already know and make it even more powerful. How about if we go into gratitude as we're doing this? Really not just the visualizing, but really amplifying our feelings of gratitude as if it has happened. Because what I heard you say is that adds superpower to it. That's Tasha's non-scientific, explanation. But that's really something really powerful that I just got.
And it does, and gratitude actually helps you sleep longer and sleep deeper, and you get much better sleep. And I think, gosh, is that because? I mean, then we just want to say maybe because we're just going to be in a more creative state. I mean, gratitude actually helps just sleep. Period. You get deeper sleep, better sleep when you're in gratitude. And you're right; they've shown that writing it, not typing it either, writing it actually helps your brain. They can see the difference in the neural pathways when you actually physically write it down. Handwrite it with something. Yeah, that's why pen to paper. So, and the way I look at health too, it should be easy. Health should be easy. Health should not be hard. It's not something that you need a whole lot of. I use a lot of technology in my practice just to kind of shake some of the old stuff off, but it's not. We're designed to do this, so it's actually is easy.
Oh my gosh. So here's what's coming through me. I know you recently, while you were in our program, you finally like took your leap of faith and renamed your business. Can you share the name and why, like what it means to you and what you're committed to right now in the work that you're doing in the world?
Um,
I know I didn't
Ooh,
prep you for that one. I didn't prep you for that one.
Why is that emotional for me? Yeah, so my business is Expressing Optima, and Optima. I help a lot of women who have given away pieces of themselves to everybody else that they don't really know who they are anymore. So we have a whole rediscovering me program, but and they have a lot of chronic pain, a lot of chronic health issues. And Optima is feminine for Optimus, for Jupiter, for, so it's a very powerful, phrase to me. And we just want people to, I think everyone has a very unique talent, a very unique gift that they have to offer the world. And we lose that sometimes. We forget what that might be. So we help them rediscover their unique talent. And sometimes we have to clear away a lot of pain and a lot of, illnesses, but everybody's got that underlying unique gift that they have to offer the world. This is mine, and but everybody's got something, and women are, men too, very powerful. So that's what we do. That's what Expressing Optima is all about, is just helping everyone rediscover their health. That's why they come to me usually initially, but really to give them their unique gift that they can give to everybody else.
Oh, Shamna says, and I love this, Optima. Thank you. So here's what I'm doing for you all. Everyone that's on our email list, you got an email from me this morning talking about sleep and manifestation, and it has included in that email. So just check your email is the easiest way. Included in that email is a link to Jackie's calendar, right? If you are a woman, like Jackie said, and I think that was just such a powerful thing that you said, you are committing to serving women who have given away so many pieces of themselves that the physical result is chronic pain, chronic illness. Like these are the physical manifestations of a lifetime of just giving ourselves away, right? That's a whole other conversation. But if you know that that's you have pain, chronic health issues that they just don't make sense. They are, you're in pain, you're in discomfort. Like Jackie said, health should be easy. Health should be easy and relaxed. And if you just know, like this, the description of the people that Jackie serves is you, I encourage you to book some time with her. I've put the link to her calendar in the comments. I just did it here in the comments too, but the comments sometimes move so quickly, but you'll see me making a link there, and that's a link to Jackie's calendar. And also if you're on our email list, the link to her calendar is in there as well. Please give yourself the gift of easy health. That's all I'm going to say about that. So Jackie, back to sleep and manifestation. And oh, by the way, so Jackie is, as I said, she's in our community, she's in our program, she's done them all and about to do the highest level next. And she's manifested crazy things. So tell us a little bit about, why do you come back? Why are you part of this? Why do you even join in the first place, right? Because you have all the science, but tell us a little bit about what it does for you.
Oh, it gives me such clarity. And I love the energy of the whole group. We just, when you're with like-minded people and they cheer you and you cheer them, you just get into a certain flow that you just can't get all by yourself. You can't get that all by yourself. And so I just love it. And every time I'm in here, I was in before, I just thrive. It just kind of clears all that clutter out for me, and I know what I need to do, and I don't even have to think about it. When I'm very clear, things show up like that, and this just gives me that clarity that there it is, and I don't have to second guess, overthink. It just is there. So that's why I'm here.
Somebody, Joanna says she already booked. Stephanie booked. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Ramona, I love you, my dear sweetheart. I have send me an email. So Ramona, I think the best thing for you to do is go join Money Attraction Community. and be part of our community. If you're not on our email list, that's what I recommend. And then just follow Jackie on Facebook. All of you follow Jackie on Facebook, but really go take her up on the opportunity to have a conversation with her about your health, and book some time. And Jackie, for me, you made a post last week, a simple post, and it was, I love this group. Yeah. And that was it in our group, and I just thought, you guys don't understand like what that does for me, because we create such a sacred space. Because I know when you try to do it on your own, no matter how brilliant you are, look, I study this. This is my way of life, and I thrive the most by going into that group and cheering everybody on. And it's like, wow, see all this manifestation. It's like constant evidence to me that we are powerful. As I'm celebrating everybody else's evidence, it's like reminding me I can do this for myself too. We're all equal. So I'm grateful that you shared that. And if you could just leave us this morning with, again, even sharing your bedtime routine, I think would be really, really helpful for people. Because I know I talk about this, and I sometimes I'm like, is there another way I could say it so they really understand like the power they have? And and there's so much information with people sharing with all of us how to do it so we can have the life of our dreams. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I just feel like, are we really getting it? Do we really understand how powerful we are? So I'm going to ask you to say it in your own way, even maybe just by sharing your bedtime routine.
Yeah, and this is what I tell other people to do too, because it's different for everybody. And I just imagine what brings me joy. What brings me the most joy? What would make me feel joyful? And that can be for me, that can be my children, my work, and other, or what you want to see yourself doing. So, and it can change. It doesn't have to be, sometimes we can overthink it and we have to think it has to be so perfect. And I know it's gonna, so no, and it can be different tomorrow than it is the next day. So imagine what you really want to feel. What's that feeling? I say we help people be how they want to feel. Because how do you really want to feel? Do you want to feel healthy? You want to feel happy? You want to feel joyful, more energetic? What all would that feel like? What would you be doing? What would it look like? What would it taste like? What would you hear? So you try to incorporate all your senses, and that helps your brain work on finding it. It just finds it doesn't know that difference between what you vividly imagine and what's really real. And then you just let your dream state, your theta, your gamma, that magic carpet, just help create it for you. So just 5 minutes. I don't want you to overthink it. I want you just to do 5 minutes before I go to bed. This is what I want. This is how it would feel if I had it. This is what I would be doing. This is the sounds I would hear. So incorporate as much as you can to get that gamma, taking it to every area in your brain, because it's powerful.
And then here's my little new addition. And then just like when you're done all that, just smile in gratitude and just like, I am so grateful. This is my life. 100%. This, whatever it is you're imagining, this is my business. This is my relationships. This is whatever it is. I am so grateful. Like the feeling, that's what I love about gratitude. Same thing. You don't have to have it physically. Mm-hmm. And it says when you can be grateful as if you already have it, that is faith. And so I'm just going to, Tanya, I hope you're still on. She goes, I'm just going to like sprinkle some gratitude all over that right before I go to sleep. Jackie, thank you so much for being on.
Thank you for having me. I loved it. Thank you so much.
I just know, hopefully you have space in your calendar because there's a ton of people.
I'm so excited. Thank you all. Thank you, Tasha.
On here that want to talk with you. Thank you guys for being on every Monday morning. Please go ahead and type reminder. Let me put this up. Go ahead and type reminder in the comments, because I'm sure you're seeing every week how easy it makes it for you just to click your link from Messenger and get right here to the video. So type the word reminder in the comments, and then in Facebook Messenger, you'll get a message from me. You just say, yes, I want to be reminded next week when we go live. And we'll see you again here next Monday at 8 a.m. Bye, everyone. Thanks, Jackie. Have a great Monday.
Bye.